think there's like a whole bunch of space right here. We're gonna use it. Hi. It has been a while since I've done one of these. I'm gonna get better, guys. Who's gonna hold me accountable to making a YouTube video once every other week? So I cannot promise you once a week. But I was scrolling through Instagram and someone was just on their story and they asked the honest question. What did they ask? They said, how do you be there for your friends and your family and also be there for yourself, right? Like, you love yourself enough to be like, I do want to be there for myself, but you're also somebody that just loves to take care of people, especially your friends. Like, I am that person. I will sacrifice so much just to be there for my friends. Like, if they need something, I'm there. Hey, Gabrielle, can you do this? Yep. And I don't know if they know, but oftentimes my yes comes super fast. And then I'll have a moment to think and be like, I can't. But by that time, I'm not going to tell myself, or I'm not going to tell them no. And so I was like, well, I can speak on that, because when you're there for other people all the time, it begins to weigh on you, and it begins to have a negative effect on your mental health, especially if you already struggle with mental health to begin with. And so my first tip would be to be honest. Like, please, just be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with God. Be honest with your family. Be honest with your friends. Whoever it is that you need to be honest with, please be honest, starting with yourself and God, because if you can't be honest with God, if you can't be honest with yourself, then you're definitely not going to be able to be honest with anybody else. And that's just period. So be honest. Be honest with God. Like, have those honest conversations. God, you know that I want to lay down everything for these people. I want to be there 24/7. But I know something within me is telling me I need to take some time for myself. I don't feel healthy. I'm not in a safe space in my mind. That's an honest conversation that you can have with God. And for me, I have to have those conversations often. I'm always doing check-ins with myself and with God. Like, okay, God, so I'm feeling this kind of way. Let's talk about it. And I just sit with him and I'm honest with him. If I feel like talking, I'll talk. If I don't, I won't. I'll listen. But then also be honest with yourself. So like I said, I do check-ins with myself. How are you feeling today? You're really irritable. What's going on? And oftentimes I'll just have to sit down and write things out. This bothered me today, or this bothered me yesterday and I didn't address it. Or somebody said this to me and I didn't address it when I was supposed to, and now it's too late, I feel. I have honest conversations with myself too. I'm not always talking out loud to myself. Sometimes I am. I'll admit sometimes I do talk out loud to myself, but it's needed, especially if I can't decipher through my thoughts on my own in my head silently. I'll have to talk it out or write it. Writing is, I think sometimes I write better than I speak verbally, if that makes sense. And then be honest with your friends. So for me, when I was trying to be there for everybody and not being there effectively for myself, I had one friend that really noticed it and was like, you can't be there for me anymore. Not in a negative way, but she recognized that I needed to be there for myself just as much as I was wanting to be there for her and my other friends. And so it was, it's hard when you're that friend and you're like, but I want to be there for you. And you can't, like, you mentally, physically, emotionally cannot be there. And so you have to be honest with, even if it's just one of your friends, and saying, I'm having a rough day, a rough week, and I have nothing to give. I'm so sorry. Can you help me maybe formulate words to say to this person? Or can you, I don't really like other people saying stuff for me. So I usually go with, can you help me formulate words to say to this person? Because 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the person that knows you best next to you, yourself and God and your family. So with me, I was able to say, okay, you know me. You know I am not a no person. I'm a yes person. And so if I can do it, I will say yes. And if I can't, I'm going to try to find a way to say yes. And so it was, okay, let's talk about this. Let's write out something and let's get you comfortable with saying no. And I'm still on that road. I am. But I am more comfortable with saying no if I really can't do something. So yeah, just be honest with yourself, with God, with your friends, with your family, but then also schedule time, just as you would with a friend or a significant other. Schedule time for yourself to do what is restful and joyful. Restful and joyful for you. That's important, because when you spend time with other people, you're doing what's joyful, or what is restful, or what is fun for them. You have to have time for yourself. For me, it's reading, writing. If I even just listen to an album straight through, or a playlist that I've made, or if I'm driving, I love driving just so I can clear my head, or if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, if I'm doing some graphic design stuff, that's restful for me, for my mind. That's fun for me. And for a moment, I did lose myself in trying to be there for so many other people. I guess I am a nurturer by heart for other people. I love to be there for my friends and take care of my friends. But I mean, let's look at it. I'm going to school to be a school counselor, which will be taking care of people. And I want to go and get my certification to become a licensed clinical mental health counselor. Again, being there for people. I want to open my own youth center, being there for people. And I currently work as a special education paraeducator, usually with students that are cognitively impaired or disabled, whatever one you would like to use, or they need that extra love and attention. And so all day I am being there for people, and I lost myself in that. It's not that I don't like it. I love it, but I lost myself. It's like, what do I like to do? And so to anybody that's there, and then to myself even, I had to find myself again. And I had to ask myself, okay, what do you like to do? Do you still like reading and writing because you loved that in high school and college? So do you still like that? The answer is yes. I love graphic design as well. So like, even though I didn't go to school for that, I like doing things like that. And I like being alone. Hi, introverts. I do. I am fueled off of alone time. I also just get fueled off of being with close friends. I love that. Like, just, I could be sitting with my friends and be happy. Like, I'm okay. So I had to take time to find myself again. And one of my big brother, he asked me one time just recently, because I had begun to lose myself again. He said, I need you to write it down, put it in your phone, whatever works for you. But you need to write at the top, who is Gabrielle? And you need to, or like, what does she like to do? And you need to write it all down, because you're getting lost in the shuffle. It's great that you love to be there for people. It's great that you have these things that you're doing, but you need to know who you are, know what you like, so that you can do those things again. You can begin to enjoy life in that way again. Also, when, a guy decides to date me, hi. But when a guy does approach me, and when I do begin to date again, if they're asking me, okay, what do you like to do? And I'm constantly, oh, well, I like going to my friend's house, or I like to do this and that and other thing that I do with only my girls. That's great. It gives them an insight of what I like to do with my girls, and that my girls are important to me. But also, like, just me. What do I like to do? And so I have my list, and it's constantly being added to, just because as a grown woman, things change. And so really, that's how you feel. One day you guys will meet Georgie. But yes, find yourself. I recommend anybody making that list as well. Literally at the top, just put your name and list all the things that you like to do. Seriously, it helps. Like, my list, at first it was really, really small, and then it just began to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So I hope that helps. It wasn't a lot, but maybe I'll do a blog post on it later in the month. Also, just check out this lovely hat here and this pretty awesome shirt. I'll put a picture at the end. But my shop is open. It is ever growing, and I am, ever perfecting it. I'm a perfectionist, so while it is up and ready for people to buy and support in any way that they can, I will definitely be adding things and changing things as I grow and progress in this. I'm learning, and this is it's a passion project. It's also a God project, a God ordained project. And I am doing it all on my own, because not only am I hoping to spread awareness, but this is also part of my healing. So, as I share with you in hopes that it can help you, it's healing for me. And so I am doing it all on my own. But support me, share, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, because this is going on YouTube. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Remember that the fight is fixed. You already won. God wins. And you just have to stay in the fight. I love you guys. Bye.